But yes, good
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's good. Can you hear us on the live? Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, we're getting to that. I
All
put up the
right.
wrong one. So we're gonna have to swivel that a little bit. Sincerest apologies for the little hold up there. Good morning. As Ari said, my name is Christal. Here it's the sixth day of can you hear it now? Is it good now, Anne? Audio now, right? Right, 6th day of November 2023, our bright and beautiful Monday morning. The weekend was pretty wet. The weekend was pretty wet.
I don't. Oh yes, it was.
It was very wet.
Why
Like
did
some rains on Friday and
I
Saturday.
was just about to say, what kind of wrong weather you giving us?
No, I'm serious. It was pretty wet. We
Yeah,
had a
you're
flood watch
right.
all thing.
You're right. It was very, very especially yesterday.
Yesterday.
Mm-hmm. It rained a lot yesterday and last night.
Yeah, and excessive water. Please get moldy and thing.
Mm.
Marcy. Anyway, so WhatsApp number to join us is 4579997. The number to call 4579997 as well. Now, big up to the folks on the live. We're live on Facebook and YouTube at WEFM 99 SVG. So let's talk about some things very briefly that happened over the weekend. First stop, a big up to Missy Elliott for being inducted into the
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the
Rock and Roll.
first female rapper to be inducted in the Rock and Roll.
Nice. I don't know. She's aging finer than fine wine.
But it's well deserved. Missy Elliott has been, I don't want to say looked over, but she has done a lot in hip hop.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne would always.
Is it worth it? Let me work it.
Lil Wayne would always point out that Missy Elliott motivated his early raps, if not all of them. Yeah.
Oh, that is so adorable.
Yeah.
And big up to Missy Elliott, if she hears. But that's just like food for thought and so on. PM is making some strides in, is it Ghana? I hope I don't have the wrong place.
Right now he's in Ghana. Before he was in Nigeria. He landed in Ghana yesterday morning, 7 a.m.
Yeah, some good stuff, forming some ties, and some good things are going to come from that. But you'll hear about that later on today or during a separate program or even on our website, all right, www.999wfm.com. So this one here, I want to say special good morning to East St. George. Good morning to specifically Calico. A little too close to home. Over the weekend, we would have recorded 3 homicides. 3 homicides. One in Lee, one in Fairhall, and, well, the last one, he was a resident of Calico. But the incident would have transpired early in the week, and he passed away at the hospital. Sincerest condolences to all the families and friends. I find there's a lot of people grieving right now. Weekend, Dexter Chance was buried. I thought he was buried some time ago, a long time ago. On the weekend, and watch a funeral. You saw the clips?
Mm-hmm.
Watch a funeral. Like,
that was a party, man.
No, that was first of all, it was a lot of people, and that speaks to either the life he lived or the impact that he made on people within the community and beyond. Like, without a doubt, without even knowing who he was, because I didn't know who he was. They even had truck with music. I think Ronnie was on the truck, singing his praise and worship. It was nice that people, thank God it was Christian music, religious music rather, and we don't have anything quote unquote bad to say about that. But funerals in SBG are always so different, boy. I don't think I can go to a funeral from a different culture if it's not close to this one. I ain't going. I'm not going. So that was that. And then on Friday night, was it Friday night? We learned that another minibus overturned. Another one.
Oh yes.
Another one
Another
on.
one. We need a drop. Another one. Every time this happens, we need a drop.
No, we need to get those drivers off the road.
Well, now there's a speed limit.
It's not now. It's not now. The speed limit was there all the time.
How would officers monitor
They're just
that?
not being policed. How do we monitor them? You just have to watch. So you're driving
You just have
recklessly.
to watch.
That's the
You're
only
going by
time I
eye.
think the police officers can come in is when they are driving excessively fast. And when they're driving recklessly, you're driving reckless. You can't chat somebody for going over the speed limit when there's no way to monitor it. So until we get to that point, what?
I'd really like to see how this will be monitored because by eye, it's a slippery slope.
They have these little machines.
They have the guns.
They exist. I don't know if they exist here. And if they've been existing here all the time. So this is the minivan on Castle Hill. Look at it. Right? We talked about this Friday morning because there was one happened on Friday morning. And here we are again. How many more? And at what point? What point?
You saw the clip in oh yeah.
Come on, man. If I didn't see it, you're gonna see it now.
You know what that is?
That is crazy.
That is when you grow up playing video games and you don't understand that when you crash your car, you don't just drive through a garage and it's free and it just repaired. It costs money. That's nonsense. And I saw there was a child that had to jump out the way.
I'm not play it again now, but I think we've seen. So there was it said that it happened in Ovia. A red car speeding coming around. You know the roads on the windward side of the island. I mean, you know the roads in Seven Slinger is point blank, right? But in certain areas, they're small. You have to take your time and going through. And especially when you're driving through certain villages, children always in the road. So the car is speeding coming around, obviously losing control. I don't know how the person managed to record that though, get that clipping. And a child had to run out, dash out of the way. Otherwise, that child either would have been seriously injured or dead. Who don't hear must feel. Y'all don't learn. You don't learn. Every day is a ridiculous accident and you don't learn. What the police say now?
The police reminded the public about the speed limits in SVG, citing driving at excessively high speeds as one of the main causes of most of these accidents on our roads. The statement said that those who fail to comply with the traffic laws of SVG will be prosecuted. In light of this, the Royal St. and Grenadines Police Force wishes to reiterate to the general public that according to the Motor Vehicle and Traffic Act, Road Traffic Act, Chapter 483 of 2009, the speed limit within the towns of Kingston, Georgetown, and Caliacua, and on Kingston Hill and Cyan Hill, within the villages of Cyan Hill, Stubbs, and Bridgetown, and within Friendly Village. Where's Friendly?
Friendly better be friendly, but there we go. I don't know where Friendly Village is.
Byra Tunnel is 15 miles per hour for omnibuses or lorries. What's a lorry?
Like carrying stuff.
Okay. And 20 miles per hour for other vehicles. Elsewhere in SVG, the speed limit is as follows: 20 miles per hour for omnibuses or lorries, 30 miles per hour for other vehicles. The Royal St. Vincent and Grenadines Police Force encourages all drivers and motorists, especially those who drive public service vehicles, to drive in accordance with the speed limit with due care and attention to other road users.
Hold up. You mean to tell me, right, that the speed limit for buses is slower than regular cars?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by watching, you'd never tell. You would never tell. You see this? Okay. I'll give them a little point here and there for reminding people. But I fed up with reminders, to be honest. I fed up with reminders.
Now the commissioner further appealed.
Appeals.
Sorry, present continuous to motorists and commuters to 1, not drive over the designated speed limit.
Yeah.
2,
yeah, we also tell people not to kill, right? But we reach 47.
Wear a seatbelt while driving. 3, do not drink.
Yeah. Watch
So
them van
it's a
drivers.
type of one. Do not drink and drive. 4, be courteous, tolerant, and respectful to others users of the road. 5, do not drive with your cellular phone or any other item in your hand that can impede your judgment and control of your motor
Watch the
vehicle.
driver.
6,
Whole time.
refrain from playing loud music on public and private vehicles.
Who are we talking to?
7,
Vince's?
yo, they're sounding like it's like all
Nah.
8 of them is for van man. Generally speaking, like 80% van man and the rest users, road users.
No, they're for everybody.
I know they're for everybody, but the way it's sounding. 7, make sure it is safe before crossing a pedestrian crossing. 8, comply with traffic laws, road signs, and other signals given by police officers conducting traffic duty. Those who fail to comply with the traffic laws of SVG will be prosecuted. Let us all work together to keep our nation's roads safe. Road
That's not-
safety is no accident. That's an
That's not true.
interesting slogan.
That last part there is not true. Go down. Go down again. I feel like you should read that last part.
What's your last part?
Those who fail to comply with the traffic laws of SVG will be prosecuted.
I mean, it's not true. When is traffic court? Tuesdays, Wednesdays. When is traffic court, boy? Traffic
Then
court
why are
always
there
full of van man.
why
It's always filled with
so
van drivers.
is it that the repercussions of those actions are not sufficient to reduce the number of accidents for van drivers, for minivans?
What are you suggesting?
Take away your license.
Yeah, but I feel like the amount of van drivers outweigh. Imagine the amount of vans on the road right now. Because each village have at least 3 vans, eh?
At least 3.
Camden Park,
3?
Calequa, Prospect, Mesopotamia, Georgetown. Those are exceptions. The
They're like-
amount of vans, the amount of vans running in those areas.
Between 6 and 800.
Let's remain factual, please. Between 6 and 8.
The last time I had a conversation, I'm pretty sure that's what they said.
For those areas.
Registered.
Oh.
Registered.
In general.
Not for those areas, registered.
Oh.
That figure may include taxis too.
Oh, okay.
But in terms of higher
That's realistic, then.
vehicles, between 6 and 800.
Yeah, that's realistic then.
It's only taximen that behave themselves on the road, you know.
I find it go it also the 1 or 2, but how often do you hear taxi drivers getting in accidents? How often? And I feel like
I will have
might
to
be
think from now
because
till next year. I cannot-
taxi drivers drive with their passengers in mind, the way they turn their corners, the way everything about the ride is with the passenger in mind. With van men, it's just vibes. Whatever
Taxi drivers have gone through training as well. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
And taxi drivers put customer service
Mm-hmm.
above speeding and music.
Do you think is the price difference?
I don't think so. I think it's just training and responsibility. Because you can be running a van and you could be making the most money on the road, but you don't have to be driving so recklessly.
True.
Like I said last week, a van does not turn over because a jumpy in the corner and go. You're speeding. You're racing. Before the van that turned over on the windward side, before these two, the 2 vans were racing.
Oh yes.
They
That
were
was,
racing.
2 weeks ago. A lot of these vans are on the sides lately, boy.
Yeah. It's a side business. Have to be a side business.
You remember the one that they said allegedly a police officer owned that was driving?
The one that went on the side?
Yeah, that went up on the 2
Yeah,
wheels.
well, he was dealt with.
Listen, the traffic
Just
department
tired,
have to be stressed. They have to be
Sorry
stressed
for
every
you
time.
guys.
Every time they see a new video, they have to be stressed.
They just another one. These guys don't fill up. You see, that is why some police officers. Anyways,
It's Monday morning. Please, everyone, van drivers especially, take your time on
They
your
ain't
way to
listening, so it's
work.
a waste of breath. I feel up talk.
I
Now.
could still try.
You talk.
Take your time taking people's children. That's the most important thing to me. Taking people's children to school this morning, and not just this morning, for the rest of the week, for the rest of the year, for 2024. Take your time with people, children, your people lives in your hand. Take your time. Other road users, just be careful, please.
If it's their child or children in the bus, you'll see how they carry on.
Mm-hmm.
But do so not like so in this place, yes?
Mm-hmm.
You never drive wrong your mother so.
In time now it's 7:31 in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We're gonna break now and come back to you with